The Elephant's Child. This is our interactive read aloud.
The Elephant's Child, based on a story by Rudyard Kipling. What unusual features do elephants have? How do they use these features? Long ago, elephants didn't have the same appearance. They didn't have trunks, only big stumpy noses that were no good at picking things up. But then, an elephant's child came into the world, not with a trunk, but with many questions. He wanted to know about everything. The elephant's child asked his aunt, the ostrich, why her tail feathers grew the way they did. He asked his very tall uncle, the giraffe, what made the spots on his skin. The elephant's curiosity drove his animal family crazy. They were tired of his questions. On a day of celebration, with all his neighbors around, the elephant's child asked a new question. What does the crocodile eat for dinner? Everyone turned to him and yelled, "Hush!" He couldn't get anyone to answer his question. The curious little elephant found his friend Cola Bird and told him that his family hushed him up when he asked what the crocodile ate for dinner. But she didn't know the answer to his question. Go to the riverbank and find out, she suggested. The elephant's child was determined to get an answer. The next day, he packed 100 pounds of bananas and 17 melons. He told his family, I am going to the great green river to find out what the crocodile has for dinner. He walked away eating one of his melons. As he ate, he had to let the rinds fall because he had no way to pick them up. When the elephant's child got to the river, he didn't know what to look for because he had never seen a crocodile. He came upon a snake resting on a rock and asked, Have you seen a crocodile in these parts? The snake just shook its head. But the elephant's child refused to give up and asked the next animal he saw. This animal winked at him and whispered, Come here, little one, for I am the crocodile. The elephant's child was delighted. The elephant's child felt such relief that he had found a real crocodile. But just as he asked his new friend what he ate for dinner, the crocodile caught him by the nose and started tugging. I think today I will eat the elephant's child for dinner, the crocodile hissed through his sharp teeth. Let go! You are hurting me, said the elephant's child as he realized his predicament. The snake slithered over to help the elephant's child. Together, they pulled away from the crocodile until the elephant's child's nose had stretched way out. Finally, the crocodile let go with a loud pop. The elephant's child landed, rubbing his very sore nose. Thank you, he said to the snake as he began to wrap his long nose with banana leaves. What are you doing that for? Wondered the snake out loud. I need this big nose to shrink. I don't want to change my face. Besides, what is a long nose good for? Asked the elephant's child. The snake shook his head again as he slithered away, saying, Some folks just don't know what's good for them. The banana leaves did not help Elephant's child's nose to become short again. As he sat and sadly rubbed his new long nose, he heard a fly buzz around his head and saw it land on his shoulder. Before he knew it, the elephant's child swatted the fly with the end of his nose. That's when it hit him. Maybe his nose was good for something after all. The elephant's child raced home to his family. Of course, he stopped to pick fruit, to cool off with water, and to shoo away a few more bugs, all using his new nose. He even picked up the melon rinds he had left behind. When he finally got home, he couldn't wait to show his family what his nose could do. At first, they couldn't believe their ears, but then he showed them all of the amazing things a trunk could do. Now the elephants had a question for the elephant's child. How can we get new long noses? Soon enough, they were all off to meet the crocodile by the river to get their own noses pulled. Today, all elephants have the elephant's child to thank for their most famous and useful feature, the trunk.